Countering the Iranian threat, UN Ambassador Nikki Haley laying out the case against the Islamic Republic, offering concrete evidence of Iranian military hardware found in Middle East conflicts, specifically what she was pointing to behind her, Yemen's horrific civil war. Ambassador Haley warning the global community about pushing off this problem any longer.
Everyone has focused on the nuclear deal, and Iran has hidden behind the nuclear deal, constantly threatening to get out of it. But these are the things they're doing while we're all looking the other way. And these are the things that will be dangerous, that will lead us to the next North Korea if we don't do something to stop it.
Here now is retired Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney. General, it's pretty dramatic stuff, laying out the case with hardware, Iranian hardware that was found behind her that might not violate the nuclear deal per se, but it certainly violates certain things in the UN covenant and also at least the spirit of the nuclear deal, which is that they were not going to be so involved in creating this advanced military hardware.
I thought it was very compelling, David, and I'm glad they did it that way. They had to declassify those items themselves. They didn't declassify necessarily the sources, so it's not that big a deal. The fact is she did a very good job. The big fear is, will our European allies, plus the Chinese and Russians, find it as compelling that you and I may? Yeah. I don't think they will, because they look at Iran and that $150 billion that Obama gave them as a cash cow, and they're selling Airbuses and all kinds of trade.
Absolutely. Money talks, and it's talking very loudly to them right now. But even people here in the United States who sort of defend the Obama-Iran deal say, hey, look, they're not violating the Iran deal. Well, that's because the Iran deal was so bad. They don't have to violate it. They can still get to the point. I mean, after all, North Korea became a nuclear nation with ICBMs because of a lot of bad deals that the United States created for them. It's the same with Iran, isn't it?
Precisely. And so we're creating that same monster that kicking the can down the road and not making decisive decisions. And as you say, we are going to have another North Korea in Iran.
So what can we do to prevent it? What can we do to prevent what happening in North Korea happening in Iran?
I think we've got to go to covert action with our allies. We've got a lot of allies over there that fear that Shia crescent sweeping across the Arabian Peninsula dreadfully, to include the Israelis. I think they are coming together, as you see what's going on with the Israelis and the Saudis and the Emiratis and all that, Egypt. I think we ought to go after them covertly and destabilize.
By the way, let me just ask, you know the Pentagon very well. You've been inside it many times as a three-star general. Is there the stomach for that inside the Pentagon?
Well, there's the stomach for that. The fact is the leadership. Is there a stomach in the National Security Council and the President? I believe we can do this without any fingerprints and let our allies do it. We have to do it covertly. And there are ways we can do that, supplying certain things. But we've got a lot of very strong allies. As a matter of fact, I would take Iran down first and then North Korea, because Iran and North Korea are working very closely. Iran is giving them nuclear information. North Korea is also trading their nuclear technology. So they are close allies. We need to break that up.
All right. Well, General, meanwhile, ISIS is doubling down on its threat to hit New York City, the group trying to motivate Muslim hatred for President Trump's decision to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. The new threats are coming, of course, on the heels of Monday's bungled terror attack at New York's Port Authority. So, General, what do you think? How do we take down this threat?
Well, we've got to continue to do what we're doing. Fortunately, we have a very good police department. We don't have a very good mayor, and some of the leadership around him still don't understand radical Islam, and that this was driven by that ideology that we're facing. But the fact is you've got a very good police department. You don't have good leadership as far as the civilian governance goes. So that's what they've got to be very mindful, as well as our own CIA.
But, you know,
and everybody
General,
else.
I was here during the first World Trade Center attack back in the mid-'90s, and everybody was, even though there were casualties, there were a number of people who were killed in that attack. A lot of people talked about the bungling of the terrorists who were involved in that attack, just like they talked about the bungling of the Times Square attacker. But then a couple of years later came 9/11. Terrorists learn from their mistakes. That's the fear that I have.
And it's a very valid fear, and it's a very valid threat. And we've got to work it assiduously. We have been very fortunate for the last 16.5 years, David, but you can't be lucky all the time. And the fact is, it is a valid concern.
Is it inevitable that the more we hit them in their home ground, the more we destroy the caliphate, and it's almost all gone in the Mideast right now, that they are going to get more active in terrorism here?
Well, it is going to spread out, and they're going to try that. Let's remember, whether it's Al-Qaeda or ISIS or whatever it is radical Islam, that evil ideology that we have been facing for so long. And no matter what franchise they call it, the fact is that will be a continuous threat unless we get the Saudis who are making moves to go after the ideology, and what they've done with the Qataris, and that they are starting to go after that ideology. But that's a long-term problem to defeat that ideology.
We are making progress. General McInerney, good to see you, sir. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Good seeing you, David.